Welcome once again, comic fans and collectors. Thanks for tuning in to Iconic Keys. In today's video, I'm going to cover Incredible Hulk issues 181 and 182. We'll only do a little bit of 182, and you'll see why later. Issue 181 is a monster early Bronze Age key among collectors, as it's commonly agreed that 181 features the first appearance of the future X-Man Wolverine. After clashing with Hulk due to the Hulk's complete disregard of international borders and Canadian sovereignty, Wolverine would soon after join the second incarnation of the X-Men in Giant Size X-Men #1. These issues were penciled by Herb Trimpe and written by Len Wein. Len Wein would soon after this help resurrect Stan Lee and Jack Kirby's originally created X-Men series after its 5-year hiatus. Issue 181 had a circulation of just over 200,000 copies. But it's worth mentioning that it also contained Marvel Value Stamp number 54, Shanna the She-Devil. Marvel Value Stamps were a collection of 100 images that could be clipped from the letters page of various Marvel comic book titles between the years of 74 and 76. They could then be taped into a 16-page stamp book, which Marvel sold through the mail. Yes, mistakes were made. Issue 180 of The Incredible Hulk closes with the Hulk and Wendigo still involved in a battle. The last panel of the issue sees Wolverine arriving on the scene, so there's some contention among collectors as to whether or not this should be considered his first appearance. Thus far, it has been considered a cameo, with 181 counting as Logan's first appearance. 181 is also his first cover appearance anyway, which lends weight to that view. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into the story a little bit here. As the issue opens, Wolverine leaps out from behind the top of a rocky hill and lands between the two titans, Hulk and the Wendigo. Scrambling up onto the Hulk's back, he begins swiping at him with his adamantium claws. Even with his claws, he seems to have trouble penetrating the Hulk's tough green skin. Wolverine decides that the Wendigo may prove to be an easier target, so he springs over the Hulk's head and launches himself at the supernatural beast. His suspicions prove correct, and his claws rake deep into the creature's hide. The Hulk, confused by this sudden turn of events, concludes that the enemy of my enemy must be my friend, so he begins to assist Wolverine in stopping the Wendigo. The Hulk picks the monster up and smashes him through a grove of trees. Wolverine finishes the job by sinking his claws into Wendigo's throat. The Wendigo is an immortal creature, however, and even this seemingly fatal blow is not enough to kill him. For the time being, though, the Wendigo is unconscious. Now Wolvie turns his attention to the Hulk. The fight is furious but brief, as two bystanders, Marie Cartier and Jorge Baptiste, use chemicals to knock them both out. Marie Cartier prepares once again to conduct an occult ritual that will remove the spirit of the Wendigo from her brother's body and transpose it onto the Hulk. This was a plan revealed in the previous issue. With the Hulk unconscious, he slowly changes back into mild-mannered Bruce Banner. Jorge refuses to take part in Marie's plan any longer, arguing that it was bad enough when she intended on placing the curse on a mindless monster, but now she plans to subject an innocent human being to the curse of the Wendigo. Jorge angrily storms off. Marie tries to drag Banner's body back into the cave with the unconscious Wendigo, but Banner awakens and just as quickly turns back into the Hulk. Wolvie revives as well, and the two begin fighting once again. Marie flees from the battle and races back into the cave. The Hulk swings a mighty punch, but Wolverine managed to roll out just in time, only catching a glancing blow from it. The punch is still strong enough to knock him out, however. Inside the cave, Marie discovers that Jorge has completed her occult ritual. He has transferred the power of the Wendigo out of Paul Cartier's body and placed it inside his own. As the new Wendigo, the last vestiges of Jorge's intellect quickly fade away. The Wendigo turns and smashes through a section of cavern wall and runs off into the forest. Paul Cartier is now forever free of the curse of the Wendigo. Issue 182 opens with the Canadian military arriving and knocking the Hulk out once again, with smoke bombs this time. They're able to take him into custody for a while. Wolvie is a bit disappointed at this turn of events as he didn't capture the Hulk himself. Don't worry, Weapon X. I'm sure you'll have another chance to face off against the Hulk at some point. That's as far as I'm going to go with this issue, since that's the extent of Wolverine's role in the Hulk story for now. The issue also later features two new characters that are escaped convicts. Johnny Anvil, who was a self-proclaimed white supremacist, and his partner, the self-termed White-Hatin' Hammer Jackson. The two decide that their desire to be free is greater than their hatred of one another's skin color. Not sure why they couldn't just do another Wolverine story, but hey, whatever. Wonder Twin powers unite, I suppose. So that's it, folks. The first appearance of Wolverine. Logan, Weapon X. Issue 181 is well known for the low-quality grades that many collectors will happily accept into their collections. The insane popularity of the character through the years has seen to that. I can't lie, Wolverine was my favorite character for a very large chunk of my childhood. If you're interested in picking up a slabbed copy of 181, the CGC shows 134 copies at 9.8, 1,130 at 8.5, and 800 at 5.0. Interestingly, there's one recorded at 9.9. A raw copy at the time of this video will be close to $1,000, perhaps more, even in pretty bad shape and decorated with colored markers. Also, be aware of whether or not the copy you're thinking about purchasing has its Marvel value stamp inside. These things killed a lot of copies and can drop the price by 25 to 30%. Until next time, thanks for watching and take care.
Guard. Shit, bitch, we're gonna bust up that stage like a high school kegger. We're just gonna outwit LaFour's X-Men style.
Should I call you Logan, Weapon X?
No, Wolverine, snickety, snoring.
What he's doing is imitating Wolverine's berserker attack with his adamantium claws.
Never would have guessed.
All right, guys, you have your mission. Go forth and wreak havoc.